So first of all, a little background to our first reading today from the book of Kings that I hope you'll find as interesting as I did. So Elijah was a great prophet, and one of the people that he was to speak to was the king of Israel, Ahab, and his really, really wicked wife, Jezebel. So Elijah went up to Ahab and Jezebel and told them that they were the sole reason that there was a drought in Israel. And that did not go over very well. So as anyone with any common sense would do, Elijah took off, okay? And he went way, way out in the country, into Samaritan country. The Jews and the Samaritans didn't like each other, and he hid out there because he knew he was going to be in real trouble, probably lose his life. So that's where he encounters that widow who's suffering because of the famine and drought as well. And, you know, he tells her to feed him first, and she does, and God provides for the widow, her orphan, and for Elijah. Now that leads us right to the gospel for today, where you have this poor widow who puts in a couple cents, whatever. You know, in the temple, the whole area of the temple was huge, and there were various rooms there, and in one of the rooms, there was a place where there were like 9 or 10 containers, and every year the Jewish people had to provide for support of the temple and also a temple tax. And that was like 2 shekels a year, which would be for them about 2 days' work, okay? Now this poor widow, obviously, she had the widow's mite that we're all familiar with. She deposited her coins, which was all that she had. So frequently, and I mean frequently, I run into people who really are retired, living on Social Security, maybe with or without a pension, and they're barely making it. And they will say to me, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm just unable to support the church. And I tell them, look, you barely have enough to meet ends meet, and sometimes they don't make ends meet, and I'm sure that's true for some of you who are watching this Mass today. So you don't have to support the church, okay? If you can, you can. If you can't, you've got to look out and provide for yourself and perhaps your spouse and whoever else. But what you can do, the greatest contribution, the greatest gift you can make is your prayers. That you pray for the parish, you pray for the church, you pray for the world, you pray for all the victims of so many natural disasters that have been and are occurring. So please, give the gift of your prayers. That's the greatest gift you can give.